Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Chris.
Happy New Year, dude.
Happy New Year. It's almost that time. Almost 2026.
2026. I still have no flying car.
Nope.
Jetsons were liars.
Yep. My science textbook from fourth grade said that the V8 was going to be outlawed and because it was too energy inefficient. That's not a thing either.
And I don't even think we're doom and gloomers. So
no, just
start that over.
Don't
Happy
believe
New Year.
everything you learn in school. Happy New Year.
2026.
Yeah.
There were a couple of years, I think, I'd get to the end of a year and I'd be like, man, I'm glad that year's over. Because I'd think about the negative things. But, as I get older and hopefully a little bit wiser, every year it's really balanced, right? There's a bunch of, there's trash that comes at you that's just horrible. But then in the middle of that, there's all these really beautiful, wonderful things too. And
absolutely.
That's life, man.
Get that.
Do you... Are you a New Year's resolution type of guy?
I'm not a New Year's resolution kind of guy, but I am a New Year's I want to do something different or try something different kind of thing.
Yeah.
Last year, I guess you could call it resolution. I don't know. I wanted to be consistent with exercising.
Which I think you did.
And I have. I lost 30 pounds and my clothes fit a lot better.
That's a you should be proud of that. Number one,
at 52 and 53, that's a win.
Yeah, that is. I did a little research before this episode. You want to have a little fun facts here?
All right, let's go.
How long do you think people have been making New Year's resolutions?
How long have they been making?
Yeah. Is that a modern thing? Do you think that's older?
I'm gonna say, I don't know, a couple 300 years.
4,000 years. People, they documented the ancient Babylonians around 2000 BC is the first recorded New Year's resolution.
Wow.
Now they've changed. Now, back then the Babylonians were making promises to the gods, during the festivals of that time, to hopefully, promote good crops and things like that.
Yeah.
So it has changed.
Right.
But it's interesting, and this is in, internet research, because everything you see there's true.
It's all true.
That's what Abe Lincoln said. That's one of my favorite things to see sometimes. Have you ever seen that?
I have.
All right, yeah, it's cool. What do you think the not completing your New Year's resolution ratio is? What percentage do you think actually?
Oh, I think it's something like 80 or 90% of people have broken their resolution by February.
Yeah, 80% non-complete rate on New Year's resolutions, and usually, it's right around February, which I think is interesting because that's right around things like Mardi Gras and all these other spring festivals and stuff. So
and Valentine's,
yeah. But yeah, so it's interesting. I'm not anti New Year's resolution. I think the end of the year is a great time to reflect and look back at what you've done over that period of time, and make some new goals for the future. It's a good time to do it, but 80% of people. So you should be very proud. You made one last year.
I have
and you
seen
kept
that one.
It.
Yeah, I have. I took several weeks off during the summer because we were traveling, and then I had volleyball starting and that kind of thing. So, I was off of it for probably 6 weeks or so.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I've gotten a couple workouts in. I'm not trying to get swole. I got tired of, I would cross my arms or something and be like, that feels soft.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
We all get there. I mean,
I
and
don't like that.
We've said this before, our 50 doesn't look like our parents or our grandparents'
No.
50. So
No,
I don't know if that's all the preservatives in the food we've been eating.
that's what it is.
But that part of it's working a little bit. But no, I mean, I get that. You get something to where it's like, oh man, I used to be able to do this, and now I can't. Or I'm
Right.
a little slower, drag a little bit. But I think that's appropriate for the age of men that we are to rethink that. But
Because I'll be working on the car. I was working on cars, I'm always working on our cars, but I'd be doing it before I started exercising regularly, and I'd, trying to get something off, that's been
look
on
around,
there
make
for
sure nobody's looking.
been on there for 20 years, and never been removed. I'm like, come on,
Yeah.
and now it's not near as difficult,
I
and
think it's a good thing. You
I
got
don't-
that.
I don't hurt myself as much.
I think you said it a couple episodes ago. You got your high school figure back.
I am the same weight now that I was in high school.
All right. I'm not. But
That's something you can do this coming up here.
I don't know if my family would allow that. Like a few years ago, I got on one of those. It was a workout plan and diet, but I got closer to the weight that I had read. This is your optimal.
Yeah,
weight.
optimal, yeah.
Yeah, and for my height, that's like 155. Dude, I look sick, and like to the point that like my kids were like talking to their mom about, hey, is there something going on with dad? So there, I
mean, that's
for me,
what I am now. I'm 155.
yeah. For me, it doesn't. I don't know, it doesn't work. So, and I've tried the other end where you just you're kind of drinking the supplements and you're hitting 4 or 5 days a week on the weight training, and then it's like 180, 185. That's not sustainable.
No, you can't maintain that.
It's well, I mean, you can, but
Well, yeah.
you're not going to maintain much of anything else.
No, right. Yeah, it takes that.
so
I mean,
it's-
I can do an hour workout 2 or 3 times a week.
Mm.
Nothing fancy, just with the weights that we have here. And, I feel lots better. My pants fit a lot better.
Yeah.
And so, and
That's cool.
I don't get winded going up and down the steps. But
That's
yeah,
always
as
a
far
good
as
thing.
New Year's resolutions, I realized a long time ago that I did not keep those.
Yeah.
So I started trying to, find one thing. And that's going to be my advice to all of our viewers. Find one thing that you want to change or improve or something like that. The more extreme that is, the less likely you are going to be to do it, I think.
I saw that in my research
in
as
most
well.
in most cases.
Most of the failures are related to aiming a little too high
Right.
or aggressively
Right.
on that.
Like I'm not gonna, eat sugar, and I know some people that have done that.
Yeah.
Brian has cut out sugar for quite a while.
And it's not a bad thing. As
No.
someone who's done that for periods, I feel better. But
I try to,
cake is
Cut.
still cake, man, and it's good.
I cut down on cake. I tell you what gets me around the holidays: these white fudge covered Oreos. Oh my gosh! If you want one, I'll give you one because I found every year around the holidays, I'm like, ooh, I'll be walking through the grocery store and they're like, hello, here I
Oh
am.
yeah, they will. They'll talk to you.
Oh, the Oreos talk to me.
It's not
Not
it's
regular
not fun.
Oreos. I'm not a big regular. I take them or leave them, but white fudge covered Oreos.
Mm.
Every time I go to the grocery store, and now my kids they're like, I want one. So-
Dude, I said it in the last episode, but those little Danish butter cookies you can get a tin of, dude, I can hammer those back, like the
Yep.
whole thing.
We have to hide those because the kids will just grab the stack.
Yeah,
They'll
It's like
find
they're
the-
in that little container. You can
Right.
just pick up that.
they'll find the
Set it
shape that they
down.
like and go, I want
Yeah,
these.
those are mine.
Right.
And then sugar in general, like baked goods. I love going to bakeries. I love going to the cupcake places. So
I've cut a lot of that out, not on purpose. It's just, some of those like super fancy cupcakes with all the stuff on it. It's like, I can only do so much where I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, and
But-
I'll hit that, but I'll go through periods. And the thing is, I mean, it's not that I don't miss it, but I know it's not good for me.
Right. Yeah, that's,
I mean, you
that's
have to have
probably
that.
most of it. You know, I could eat it, but I know that I'm not going to feel great and it's not going to be good for me. So anyway, my suggestion is find something that you could tweak or maybe improve or something like that. You know, I found 2 to 3 hours out of an entire week where I can set aside and do, you know, a workout. Yeah,
Nice.
I've got it down to, you know, if I've got to be somewhere and I'm pushing it,
Yeah,
I can do it in 40, 45 minutes.
nice.
So
morning, afternoon, midday.
it's pretty much whenever. A lot of times it's when I get home from school.
Okay. Nice.
Because I have, by the time I get home from school, I have about an hour before the kids get home from school.
Gotcha. That's a good.
So-
time. And you do it. You're at home. You do it at home.
I do it at home. I don't pay anybody to do any of that. I don't pay a place, but I just do that, and I don't do any cardio. I ain't doing that. But, you know, and I feel lots better, and you know, so find one thing. I guess I got to find something new.
and tell
this
us, even if you don't do it, tell us what you
Oh,
want to
tell
do.
us.
Yes.
Yes.
I'd love to hear that.
Or if you
we'll
did
help
want
hold
to,
you accountable because we'll make a list and we'll check in
yeah,
in about a month and see how it's going.
or tell us one that you made that you kept.
that would
Like,
be good.
I'm proud of myself for doing this. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear some success stories because I think, like you said at the beginning of this, we focus a lot on what went, you know, sideways this year,
Yeah.
or this past year. So what went bad? But then, if you take the time and you're intentional about, all right, what good happened this year? Oh, look at this trip I went on,
Yeah.
and and this happened, and I didn't know how I was going to do this, but somehow everything worked out. You know, so. And I may have said something like this at some point before, but whatever you're looking for, whatever your focus is, you'll find that. So if your focus is, you know, what was just really jacked up and messed me up this year, and sometimes you have years like that. That's kind of where I was last year. But then I was like, okay, let's refocus. So find something, you know, there's some positives out there. Some years you're the bug and not the windshield
Man,
more often.
That's the philosophy of David. I like that. It's true. I mean, it's all true.
In
I
some
think
years you're the windshield,
That's
you know.
absolutely.
Some years you're the bug zapper. And
Sometimes
you're
you're the windshield. You're the bug a couple years in a row.
like, right.
But no, I totally agree with that. I think, you know, finding something that's, you know, balanced. I think every year I get a little older, I become a little bit more about moderation, right? I mean, there's a lot of wonderful things in life, and it's like, just don't overdo anything.
Yeah. Well, and you're
Take it easy.
more appreciative because you're like, not everybody made it to where I am right now.
Yeah, I think that's a big one too. Especially every year we get older, and you know, you see somebody that passed away, you know, that's like
Classmates.
same age.
Yeah.
I mean, and you see that, and it's like, wow. I mean, but
Or younger. It's
or
like,
younger.
wow.
Yeah,
Huh.
that is. It makes you think. So I think it's a great time of year to think. I don't know if it has anything to do with, you know, we're inside more because it's cold.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're maybe a little less active than what we are in the summer, but I
And you have time to
I've
reflect.
just kind of I think it starts with Thanksgiving. You kind of get in that grateful mindset, and then just
Yeah.
through the holiday season, you know, it's very well documented. You know, this is a period of time where like things like depression increase. Unfortunately, like, you know, like suicides and things like that. Not to be a downer, but this time of year, because of that reflection, you know, it causes sometimes people to get really down. And so, number one, there's always going to be something good. So focus on those. Reach out, talk to somebody. All those.
Talk
good
to somebody.
things.
I mean,
but and you know, that's
you
the
got
thing
there's somebody.
yeah, and
that
make a
will take the
resolution.
time.
Make a plan for the future, and that can help sometimes to get through that
Yeah.
period of time. And I think we all go through it in some way, shape, or form. But yeah,
Set a
If you-
short-term attainable goal.
Yeah, and if
Like,
you need some
I
help
wanna-
tracking it, put it in the comments and let us know. We'll check
We'll
in
check
with
in
you.
on you. I mean, that's just the kind
Absolutely.
of guys we are. We'll check in on
Yes.
you.
We will.
And we're not just saying that. I'll actually check in on
Yeah.
you.
Dave will actually check in on you.
I will check in on you.
And I will as well. I'm getting more handy with our technology.
Yeah. Hey, we're on Spotify
We are
because
on
of him.
Spotify,
I don't
so
know anything
we're-
about
We're
Spotify.
becoming diversified in how we
Look at that.
reach out to our audience. So yeah, so
So if you're traveling and listening to us via audio, hey, drive safe. And just know that everybody else thinks that their destination is as or more important than yours. But just be okay with it. You know it's going to be like that.
you'll
Just-
get there.
You'll get there. If you're a little bit late, people will be even extra happy that you made it and didn't get in, bad wreck or something, couldn't make it. So,
You're full of good advice this episode, man.
I'm trying to
I'm
to focus on the positive.
It's that I hear that mentor and coach in you in this episode, so that's good.
I have
So
coached for a long time.
Here's a question I have for you. Do you have a resolution for 2026 yet?
I haven't made one for 2026. I want to continue with, the exercising, that kind of thing. But I think kind of along the lines of what I've been talking about, I haven't always been good at looking at the half full stuff. I've done a lot. I mean, how long you know me?
Sorry, man.
What was on the front of my truck forever? Right. So, I've always kind of been the, Murphy's Law kind of. I had a Murphy's Law poster in my dorm room. If you don't know about Murphy's Law, if it can go wrong, it will.
I remember that poster.
Yeah. And one of the things that I remember, speaking of our bug and windshield, a bug, I can't remember it exactly, but something to the effect of a bug will always hit a clean windshield directly in your line of sight.
That's a fact.
It won't hit somewhere. It won't hit somewhere else. It'll hit.
That's an absolute fact.
Right.
That's very true.
Then another one I do remember. Basically, it said the chances of a piece of toast landing jelly side down is directly proportional to the cost of the carpet.
I feel that pain. We had new carpet put in a few months ago, and I dropped water the other day, and I about lost my mind. I was like, what did I just do?
It's brand new carpet.
It's like
You're scolding yourself.
water. I did. I mean, almost lost another tooth. But
Speaking of tooth, I just got my anchor put in
Did
for
you?
my implant.
that's a throwback to a couple episodes ago when I talked about knocking my own tooth out.
Yeah.
So,
And
But,
when I knocked my own teeth out for, by accident, slipping on the ice, getting the mail.
well, my New Year's resolution is to continue doing this podcast with you.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to achieve that. But
Yeah.
a couple episodes ago, now maybe 3 or so, we hit our 1 year. So we've been doing this the whole year. This has been awesome.
Yeah, it's been fun
It's probably the most time we've spent together
in a long time.
in years, honestly.
Yeah.
Most consistent time that we've been
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to spend together. So that is, and so my resolution is to continue growing in my role in this. So
And maybe we'll get a real mixer and a real camera. That's
Maybe.
kind of, I would
Maybe.
love that.
we talked about that.
And having a
in,
guest.
in what was considered our business meeting earlier.
Yeah.
Still
Sorry,
using all
Chance,
those terms.
You didn't get to come to that
very
business
loosely.
meeting.
Oh, he's getting a call out in 2 episodes. This dude's going to lose his mind, man. He's really going to feel like he's ownership here. But I'm debating whether I should tell him or not, or just wait and see what happens. But
I think you should tell him
see-
because,
so you know how quickly time goes.
Yeah,
we're
we're
like,
like-
just be a 10 or 15 minute episode.
Yeah,
Yeah, 20
we're-
minutes deep.
yeah.
So.
Well, it's
And
kind of
we're
like,
talking about Chance.
I think you should tell him because it's the anticipation. What was that in Hard to Kill, like Steven Seagal, where it said anticipation of death is worse than death itself?
That is. I think that's exactly where that's from.
But anyway, I don't know if I finished my resolution,
Mhm.
whatever, because I got sidetracked. But I'm going to try to look for more of the positive, and because I don't want my kids growing up being negative, And, they're still young enough and impressionable that I don't want them to see dad going around going, oh, this sucks, So I'm going to try to work on focusing on the positive, because there's always going to be negatives. There's always going to be positive. Where your focus is, that's what they tell you in motorcycle class. If you see a pothole, don't look at it, because your bike will go to what you're looking at. So look at the space, around. And then I tell this to my team a lot. There's a couple things that I tell my team a lot. The first one that, if any of them are watching, a lot of them can probably quote. It says, if it's important to you, you will find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. So
you're just throwing it down the whole episode.
That's a big one. And then another one that I've started telling some of the more recent players that I've had is, so think about riding in the car. What's bigger, windshield or the rearview mirror? They're like, windshield. I said, all right, so keep looking forward. Quit looking back at all the nonsense.
Man,
there you go.
Where do you get all this stuff, Dave?
It's coming from coaching. You got to come up with things to get kids' attention.
I would be a terrible coach. Oh man, but yeah, I think it's an awesome time of year. But yeah, for me, I look forward to doing this another year, and seeing where we continue to take this. And seeing our audience grow. I know we've had some growth this year. I know we've got some goals for continued growth.
We're trying to get to 100 by the end of the year.
Yeah, we promised ourselves new equipment if we hit 100 subscribers.
That's kind of so if we hit 100, we're going to try to get it. I think the camera should be first.
I think camera's good. I think we've got close to what we need for a guest. I think in the next year having a guest is going to be probably one of our pod resolutions, maybe, is to have a guest in the next year. So I think that's achievable too.
And we know what that episode is going to be about, that we're going to have.
Nothing else, we'll have Chance come on and you guys can get to know him.
Is he coming in town?
Yeah, he is.
Should bring him over and do just a short one, just to have him sit here and geek out.
As long as you got that beat button ready, because I don't know if we can control that.
Well, maybe we could just turn his mic down,
and
he wouldn't know.
It'd be fun.
And
it'd be a late night.
I'm over there like editing like crazy. Okay,
it'd be a late night release. It'd be like Gen X After Dark kind of thing.
That'd be on the Patreon pay only.
We'll put him in the after the news time slot. We could do that. All right, we've gone way over on this episode of what we plan to, but
that's right.
This is our New Year's episode. Happy New Year!
Yeah, Happy New Year's.
We're coming back in 2026, so keep sharing, liking. Check us out on Spotify, commenting, and
tell other people to subscribe, even if they don't know us.
And topics. If you've got a Gen X related topic that you've heard someone else talk about.
Or maybe a story that, for some reason, we've forgotten.
Yeah, and we'd love to hear that. I don't think we're going to get, I've listened to some other Gen X podcasts, and man, they can dive deep into like today's topics, like a lot of politics and like some of these hot buttons.
Not about all that.
And there's enough of that going on during the day. I think whenever we get a chance to get together, that's not the draw. So
no.
Hopefully that's not what you're here looking for. If you are, don't unsubscribe. But
right, but we're not going to give that to you.
No.
We're going to give you not necessarily warm and fuzzies, but we're going to give you our view of how it was growing up and things that we've learned because of that sort of stuff,
and how it is now,
and how we are now because of how we were then.
Very true. All those things that are hurting and aching now probably have a story
behind
them.
We can't end the year without one of these.
All right. You had a question.
I do.
You had a question before this episode started. You've been over there jonesing for
pretty
this.
much right. I don't know if I was jonesing, but I knew I could come up with one.
All
right. Will 2026 take a chill pill?
All right. That's the question.
Pretty much.
Will 2026 take a chill pill? This is the final book of answers
For the year.
for the year. I have been doing some research on like, is there in the future maybe an alternative to this?
Okay.
So give us some feedback on that. Do you enjoy the book of answers, or do you want to see something different? I enjoy it. I like it, but I'm we're creatives, so we're all also open to suggestions. All right, but the question for today is: will 2026 take a chill pill?
Take a chill pill.
It's going to be great.
Is that what it says?
That's exactly what it says.
Show it.
It's gonna
Hold
be
it up
great.
there.
So if you've been questioning us or questioning yourself during this episode,
Look at that.
it's going to be great.
Like that's weird.
And we're putting it out there. With like, that's, this is how I'm going to approach 2026. It's going to be great.
Look at that. That is by far
I'm gonna
the
let that
best
happen.
and most direct answer we've gotten out of this book.
That is, yeah. I know we have to work some of these answers, but
Right.
that one
We don't have to
one's-
work that
no,
one.
I think that's a great place to leave it off.
That is fantastic.
All right. Happy New Year.
Happy
It's going to be
New
great.
Year.
It's gonna be
Maybe
great.
I'll put some confetti or something coming down if I
Make
can
it
find
rain,
that
rain
edit.
confetti.
Yep.
That'll be good. All right, man. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We'll see you in 2026.
All right, let's do it. Hey, thanks for coming, y'all.